The Hurricanes headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. And he's not going to take the touchback. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bowman. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. This time he wants to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Bowman. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. All right, guys, let's talk a second about Cal. It's not the end of the world. This is not one of those be-all, end-all games that we used to have in a different era. But certainly for the winner, clear shot at a conference title and perhaps a spot in the college football playoff and a bye.
I love it. It's a great show-me week. A lot of adrenaline, a lot of emotion. Like both these squads, really, really good football teams in really good positions in their conference. But, Jesse, after today, there can only be 1-1.
Yeah, the picture's going to change, no doubt about it. These two teams both, though, believe they're the best in conference play. Nobody's beat them yet, and they believe they're the man in the conference. So we're going to learn a lot. By the time this game is over, who is the best in conference play?
Makes the grab down the middle. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. And the Golden Bears are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. Let's take a minute and talk about Cal. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
Got a man. It's Jenkins. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And, guys, we got to see his first start, right? Like, get started into this, being a highly recruited high school kid, taking that next step. And I'll tell you what, Jesse, watching his tape over these last weeks and now getting into the middle of the season, later part of the season, he looks like he's the part. Can he carry this team to the next level, to a natty?
That's what people are talking about now, David, because here's the thing. Everybody knew he had the physical.
Makes the catch, and he's free. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Bears. Talk about a great way to start the game and setting the tone right out of the gate.
You ain't lying. Sometimes it takes a couple drives to get the juices going and get in a rhythm. No, sir. They came on the field locked, loaded, ready to roll. No slow start here.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Tight end now in motion. Running inside. It's Mason. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. You reach this portion of the season, and games like this, top 5 showdown, can really energize you, not to mention helping your playoff positioning down the road.
Yes, you can. You can make these big statement games. And listen, middle of the season, you kind of get in a lull, Jesse, where you kind of get used to playing and the new wore off a little bit. But when you got a top 5 matchup and something to prove, you bring that extra juice.
You're right. And if you play well in this game, you can ride that momentum down the stretch in November when those games really start to matter. But this is a big one right here. Lots of implications on the line. 3rd and short like that on your own side of the field.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On 4th down, looking to pass. Could be an alley. The 30, at the 20. Touchdown, Hurricane. Once he got some room, it was over. The extra point here would tie the game. And he made the extra point without problem. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they light up the scoreboard, covering 65 yards on that touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Cal's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll start this drive with a pass. Bring in the heat. Got the back over the middle. That's a kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Finds a little space. Got enough for the first. Right down the gut of the field. He is in. Touchdown, Cal.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Stepping to the right. Throws for the tight end. Incomplete. A 50-50 ball won by no one that time.
Well, a great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. You just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
They're dealing with a second and long. Brown wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Complete to the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. Strong, firm tackle.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Wants to throw again. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
Well, that ball landed incomplete, but you saw the quarterback's speed, and you saw how big of an asset that is for this offense. There was a good pass rush, but he was easily able to avoid the defenders and at least give himself an opportunity to complete that throw.
Moving out of the pocket. He's going to take off. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on fourth down. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. Here comes the Golden Bear offense ready to start this drive. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Turning it on. Picks up the first down. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's got it on the right. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. That's the end of the period, and Cal is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Golden Bears! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 4. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And really good job getting to the quarterback. That's priority number 1, trying to get pressure on him. Get him to the ground is a bonus. They had 6 sacks in their last game. They got to keep building on that number if they want to keep stacking wins.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? At the 45, on its way. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Brown will throw it. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. And the Hurricanes are moving quickly down the field. They'll keep it on the ground. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate moving forward.
Snags it, and he will score! Touchdown, Canes! After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into him.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans. This offense better find out how to slow him down.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
You normally don't see this guy miss throws like that. That was a pretty short throw. He can normally make those in his sleep, but with the incompletion, we're now setting up third down.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. They want to run this quarterback. Maybe a crease. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Turns it on in midfield. It's a seam wide open. He's at the touchdown, Cal. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
28, Miami, 14.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Brown wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And he could not get loose on the run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Creates a little space. They wrestle him down after a pickup of 11 yards on the play, and we've reached a 2-minute timeout. And the Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
He's not afraid to go deep. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. And the Canes go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Firing to the right, complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. They just keep firing. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. And here he comes out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll run it out of the shotgun. There he goes. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Good enough.
They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man, it's Bowman. Still on his feet at the 45. Offense on the move. A big play there, gets it to the 30.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
Caught in the backfield, it's Robinson. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
All the way down to the 15-yard. Headed to the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
And this offense, right, they are in a groove. They are in a rhythm, just finding themselves play after play. Everything they're dialing up right now is working. If I'm the...
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Brown will throw it. Pocket breaking down. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
And if I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
Throwing right. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. And they'll get him down after a solid return. Great place to start for this offense. Looking to throw on first down. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
And that's exactly the response you want now from your defense. Your offense just turns the football over, puts you in a really bad spot. Great job being ready on first down, playing the pass, now forcing a second down. You want to force the field goal here. Obviously the bad field position, but the defense responds on first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And that's a great job by the defense not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
Zings it complete to the right. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. Don't always have to get rid of it quickly if you have that type of protection and enough time for a receiver to run that slow-developing route.
No doubt. He comes across the field. There's going to be a time where he's going to be open. Nice job by the QB seeing it, delivering the strike with the great protection.
They're going to mark him down, and where that spot is looks as if it's going to be just a hair short of the first down. This offense has already converted once on fourth down. Can they do it again? This quarterback part of their running game. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Cal. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, coming out into the second half, they knew they needed to throw the ball to have success, and they have not yet found a completion here in the third quarter. This quarterback has got to be able to find a way to get himself back in rhythm.
That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down.
Finding some room. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. The Hurricanes come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Canes have this offense rolling. Brown wants to pass. Escapes the pressure going right. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. Deep shot for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And this QB's got to find his rhythm. Like, he's out of sorts right now. He's out of sync. The ball's not coming out on time. The ball's not in rhythm. The receivers and quarterbacks and tight ends got to get on the same page, man. This offense has got to get something going positive because they've just been struggling through the air.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
And they decide to go for him. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
And they're able to get him on the ground.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The Golden Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll move the tight end. They're looking to throw on second and short. It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
That did not fool anybody. The defense right there to knock him down for the big loss.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections, but the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead, and a lot of times for a loss, and put the offense in a bind.
At the 40, there he goes. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. So Miami signals for a timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. Brown will throw it. Looking to the big tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And I feel like this defense is starting to get in a rhythm and starting to feel it, right? You've seen him take off, have some success, and you know if nothing's open, he wants to run. Defense kind of locked in, didn't give up a big play there. They're kind of dialed into what's going on.
He's got it on the run. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Quarterback keeps it. Touchdown, Hurricanes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Handoff from the gun. Makes it past the marker. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
Well, a big reason why they're up on the scoreboard is because of how successful this guy's been running the football. And in this position, at this time in the game, with the lead, you want to keep doing that. You want to ice the game. This guy's getting better as the game goes on, so keep handing him the football.
Snags it, and there's running room. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the 4th quarter. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscles. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So 1st down will open up the final period. Here we go. Ready, go. The run inside. It's Bowman. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down. And the Golden Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. Just couldn't stay off the quarterback, and that roughing the passer call has them set up with a 1st and 10. Touchdown, Golden Bears! And the pummeling has started. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Mason. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build?
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And the Hurricanes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Brown wants to pass. Unloads it left. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
You got to love what you've seen from the defense in this game, too. They knew coming into this one against this quarterback, being as talented as he is, they were going to have to be really good in coverage on the back end, and that's been the case all game long. They have never let it be easy for this quarterback.
Timeout taken now by the Golden Bears. That'll be their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. On target to the left. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on 4th down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And the Canes in the hurry-up.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Cal's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Wide receiver going in motion. To the air on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
in the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the defense got him at the 27. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well.
And the defense gets him on the ground for the 4th time today, by the way. They've pressured him. He's still done an unbelievable job making completions. But you know what? Get him on the ground when he's got the ball. He can't make something happen. Keep hitting him. Keep getting him on the ground.
Kick is in the air. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. He's brought down, but there's also a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. From his end zone, he'll have to get rid of it. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll throw it again from their own end zone. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. All the way back. Touchdown, Cal. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here. He hurls one deep down the left side. Upstairs, he's got it. Touchdown, Canes! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, trailing by as much as they are here in the 4th quarter, no big surprise. They're going to go onside kick, and obviously their opponent was ready for it. They hop on the football, and they're going to ice this game.
Lost a throw on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Bowman. Across the 25, he's got room. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They'll move the wide receiver. He'll take it himself. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Golden Bears. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
And the offense takes control of this football game late. I tell you what, this offense doesn't wow you in every position. They've got some good players. They find a way to put drives together. They find a way to score. But this team is undefeated. This team is a force to be reckoned with, continuing to stay undefeated.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Brown will throw it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
At the 35, he's got room. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Fires left. Makes the grab. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking downfield on first down. Unloads it downfield. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Makes the grab. It's Harris. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. The Hurricanes will call their 3rd timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
If there's time to pad the stats. Trying to set up the screen. Snags it, and he's open. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.